What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck.
Bulls win! Come on, Joe.
My clapping partner in crime.
Bulls win!
Big Dave. Bow. Bow. BNWL Sports.
One more time, Joe. Bulls win! And then again, because we get to show the belt. Bulls win!
That's our pal and producer Joey Spat is on the controls.
Yes.
We are CHGO_Bulls. Our guy Willie Go Gottlieb will join us from the United Center later on in tonight's postgame to help us break down this Bulls victory over our old pal Lauri and the Utah Jazz. 130-113 is the final. You ready for this, Dave?
Oh, God.
The Bulls score 30 points off of 23 Jazz turnovers.
Woo!
Thanks, Jazz.
Thank you, Jazz.
The Bulls also, for the first time this season,
Talk to me.
in game number 8,
Talk to
win
me.
the battle behind the three-point line. Matt's happy. Do I believe it'll last? Hell no, but I'm happy for now.
Talking about now, baby.
The Bulls hit 18 of 34 from behind the arc. That is 53%.
Sexy.
The Jazz hit 16 of 43 for 37%. Capitalizing on turnovers, and the Bulls finally taking a normal amount and knocking down a huge amount of three-pointers. Yay.
Yay! This is how you win basketball games.
Yay?
This is a thing. Yay, man. Yay.
Yay, Bulls fans?
The yays have it. This is how you do it. Yes, it is fun to watch when your team is actually playing well and doing good stuff. And even just the free throws, they only took 19 free throws, but they were 16 of 19 from the free throw line, which is a respectable, percentage if you're not going to shoot a lot. But if you're not getting to the line, they continually say you got to do it in other ways, which is the three-point line. And we have not seen them do it from that. And the stats I was reading you off while we were during the game, just about their three-point woes, was just really sad. Javon Carter, I mean, he set the tone, honestly, for the three-point shooting.
Man.
4 of 8 from the three-point line. And he came out hot in that second quarter. 3 of those 4 he hit in that second quarter, man. He was on fire. And, again, another game where he puts up double-digit points coming off the bench. 12, 16, 12 is what Javon Carter has put up. He's finding exactly where he fits in on this team as far as coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for that. I really am. But everybody kind of contributed. I thought Zach would come out and play a better game, and he did. He didn't get the 35 that my main man Joe thought he was going to get, but he got 24.
24 is better than 12.
24 is way better than 12. And shot 8 of 17, which is 47% from the field. Yeah. Solid, not bad. But my favorite, 2 of 5 from the three-point line. When's the last time I've seen Zach shoot 40% from 3 this season? It's been tough, man. It's been a tough road for young Zachary LaVine. But he's doing his thing. And I appreciated that very, very much.
And his backcourt mate, who has also been ice cold behind the line.
Just about to say that. That's why I love you, Matt.
Kobe, 4 of 6 downtown.
Literally was about to talk about him. Yes, that was the next where I was going. Yes, 18 points for him, but also 7 assists for Kobe White with 1 turnover for Kobe. Just one of those things.
I'm no math expert, but I believe that is a 7.0 assist to turnover ratio.
I think that is correct, Matt.
That's a pretty good one.
He's a smart man. Just like last game when the entire starting 5 was in the minus column on the plus minus, the entire starting 5 all in the plus column in this one. +2, +8, +18, +18, +15. And like last time, they only had 2 players in the plus column. they only had 2 players in the minus column, and they were guys who came in with about 3 minutes left to go.
It was the garbage time crew.
It was Dalen Terry and Terry Taylor, the Terrys.
Yeah. Man, Caruso, plus 16 off the bench. Shout out to him. Hope his arm is still in its socket.
Yes, thank you.
He played with a purpose tonight. I saw somebody in the comments saying the Bulls, Ben Him, saying the Bulls, the defense created a lot of those Jazz turnovers. Yeah, give the Bulls defense, which has struggled out of the gate this season, some credit for creating the chaos that led to some of those Jazz turnovers. The Jazz did also do the Bulls some favors.
Sure.
The Jazz are a team that has struggled taking care of the ball. I believe they were second highest turnover rate among all NBA teams coming into this one. The Bulls, meanwhile, that's one of the things that they have done well for this offense that can't seem to get off the ground. They came into this one with the fewest turnovers per game in the NBA.
Yes,
so
correct.
There you saw that giant difference here between the Bulls who take care of the ball and the Jazz who don't. 23 turnovers. And as I mentioned, 30 points off said turnovers. But going back to Javon for a second, I just wanted to pinpoint that because not only can he create that chaos on the defensive end and lead to some transition and fast break opportunities for the Bulls, which you love, especially for an offense that's struggling. Find as many easy points per game as you can. But his willingness, 4 of 8?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You know why he's 4 of 8 tonight? Because he took every open 3 he saw.
Yes, he did.
Which tonight, even still, kudos to the Bulls. They hit a season-high 18 threes. Yay. They win the three-point battle for the first time this season. Yay. I still saw Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams turn down open threes. Javon Carter, every time he came off a screen and got the ball, he went up.
Yes, he did.
It's not that hard. If you get a good look coming off a screen, go up.
Yeah.
That's what I like. That's the tone that I thought Carter set tonight.
Yeah.
It was like, can your teammates please follow? You're setting this example. Follow that example. This is I feel like the Bulls' problem of 3-point volume, yes, it's partly roster construction, and we know that.
Sure.
But the guys who have proven on this roster to be capable of knocking down threes turn down open looks at them all the freaking time. And Javon Carter tonight showed us, hey, you know what you can do when you have an open look at a 3? You can fucking take it.
Take it.
And maybe you'll hit 4 of 8 of them. Yeah.
And in Kobe's case, you'll hit 4 of 6. And in Ayo's case, you're 2 of 3. In Patrick Williams' case, you're 2 of 4. It was contagious. It really was. It was very contagious of those 3-point shooting. I mean, didn't hit Vooch, but it was contagious of guys, hitting those 3-point shots. And again, you're absolutely right. It all started with Javon Carter because when he came in the game, the complexion changed from behind the arc. It really did because it was like, no, I'm taking this. Next play, I'm taking this. Next play, let me step back. I'm taking this. He just kept going up with it. He would not stop. And when you start seeing him going down, that affects your team, bro. When you're seeing somebody play well and doing stuff that you want to contribute to, it just makes you want to do more of it. It can be somebody on the defensive end getting more steals. Well, that can make you bog down defensively even more. If you're watching a guy play inside, like you watch DeMar doing this thing in the mid-range, well, that makes you want to get him the ball and actually work around getting rebounds and even setting up around the perimeter. It just changes the way you play when somebody is setting a tone for your team. I don't care who sets it, but somebody has to set a tone for the squad. Javon Carter did that tonight from the 3-point line, and it was much needed for the Chicago Bulls, man.
No XP3RT, no expert. Hey, I figured it out. It's like a license plate. Said, I don't know what you're saying here. We've seen the Bulls take open threes and miss a ton. It feels more like chance than actual strategy. They need to win. Okay, we've seen the Bulls take a more normal number of modern NBA threes this season, and we've also seen them struggle and shoot the same 20-something number of attempts that we saw them take for the past 2 seasons.
That's what he's talking about.
Yes, their efficiency has struggled out of the gate. With the players that we have on this team, you expect that to regress to the medium of where they were last year.
Yeah.
Coming into this one, they were a bottom 5 team in attempts and percentage.
Right.
You expect that they can knock down more shots if they are good open looks, which they were tonight. I understand what no expert in the comments is saying because we've seen the Bulls just go ice cold on more three-point attempts this season. So it's like, well, if you don't have the personnel to shoot that many threes, then don't shoot that many threes. I'm sorry. I disagree. And it's different, different strokes for different folks as far as basketball and what you think the best chance is at winning every night. To me, the Bulls need to do everything they can to stop losing that math problem of not being a high-volume three-point shooting team when the rest of the league has made that adjustment and they haven't. Because, you're not going to shoot 50% from three every night, but you're also not going to shoot 25% from three every night, and 3 points is more than two.
He just did some math for everybody out there. Hooray!
Also, shout out to, I think, Connor, one of our regulars, who said Javon Carter tonight said, F it, Drummond's down there somewhere. That was, honestly, maybe the greatest two-man game we've seen among all of the various Bulls teammates so far this season. Javon Carter jacking threes, and either they go in or Drummond gets the offensive rebound.
Worked out pretty well.
Had 5 of them tonight, which on his way to 10,000 boards. Career mark for
love
Drummond.
Right there.
Well done, Andre Drummond.
Love right there, man. Absolutely. Congratulations. And it was an Andre Drummond experience tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. I'll get into it in a second, but I just want to deal with what you were saying more about the three-point shooting because even if you look at the Utah Jazz, the Utah Jazz were 16 of 43. They took 43 threes, man. That's 37%. That's not a bad percentage.
No, that's a normal NBA night.
Exactly.
Like average team, low 40s, high 30s, 37%.
Yeah.
That is average.
That's pretty damn average. That's pretty damn cool. So I get it. I get the Bulls weren't hitting those threes, but you have to continue to take them if they're going to give them to you. But the way Javon Carter did it was different. Like the way he did it was more comfortable. It was more setting a tone kind of situation when it came to those threes. And if you notice how the Bulls started doing it after Javon Carter, it sets your tone. Like, oh, man, we can hit these joints. I remember Torrey Craig taking one from the corner and hitting that one. Then you seen Ayo getting hits from the corner and hitting that one. Then you see Patrick Williams pulling basically 30-footers. You know what I'm saying, out there. When last time you seen him do that? Yeah. Honestly. Like, he was pulling that joint, but that was Javon Carter, honestly, for me, setting a tone for this team with the three-point shooting.
More people chiming in the comments, by the way. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hit that thumbs up button if you're with us on YouTube and you haven't done so yet. Fried Rice said, we have guys who can shoot it. They just get extremely shy when they start missing a couple of shots, except for Javon.
Yeah, that's my point.
And Ben Him agreeing, saying it's about confidence because they have not been shooting well. They have not been doing well with the three. They go back to their strength, which is the mid-range. This game was all about that confidence. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, with the way you see Javon Carter take his open looks compared to what we have seen Zach do, Pat do, Kobe do, which is overthink an open look. And put the ball on the floor instead, and they have no plan other than pass up the three, put the ball on the floor. Now what? And oftentimes, if it's Pat or it's Kobe or it's Zach, it leads to a turnover because they put the ball on the floor, or a difficult mid-range long two. Why make that choice when instead, like Javon Carter showed us tonight, just rise up?
That's it.
Especially like Zach, whose catch and shoot three can be deadly. And we know that Zach has struggled with his three ball out of the gate this season. But again, you expect that to go back to where it normally is.
Correct. And again, like you just said, like that's what it was all about, was the tone it set. It wasn't just him jacking up threes, like just a dude trying to get his, right? It just felt like he was out there setting a tone for the team. Like, okay, guys, I got it. This is how it should go. Give me the ball. I got it. All right, now let's play this defense. I hit this three. Let's play this defense. He just felt on fire. You know what I'm saying? And he's felt that way for the past few games for this team. And I'm glad Billy actually left him in the game because I didn't have to yell at Billy today. And I was very happy not to do that. And I didn't have to yell at Zach either, which I'm very happy to do. But Javon Carter was the one, though, man, for me, because as soon as he walked in there and set that tone from the three-point line, it set the tone for everything else. Because even to your point, Matt, even if you're just taking those threes, after it misses, it's a 50-50 chance after that. So when you got a guy like Andre Drummond who gets you 10,000 rebounds, you got a chance to get that rebound and then have something good happen unless, you're on the Andre Drummond experience train. But usually he gets that rebound and he can go back up with it. and draw a foul or something like that.
Yeah.
But that leads to the Bulls having good numbers in the offensive rebounding category. When you're taking those threes, when you're supposed to take them, not forcing them, not just pulling up, going Antonio Blakeney on cats, but when you're actually taking the right shot, it gives you those opportunities to get those rebounds and start over again. Io is good at it. Drummond is good at it. It gives the Bulls those opportunities. And they did solid, in the offensive rebound category, which is exactly what we're talking about. Total rebounds, what was it? I believe Utah won that 52-56. But offensive rebounds, it was 17-10. And that's a little more closer than 52-36 on your total rebounding because the Bulls got those offensive rebounds and Andre Drummond was one of those guys. All I'm saying is if it's the right shot to take the damn shot because a lot of hesitation and a lot of stepping in, what Matt's talking about, taking those long twos is not conducive to your team winning. It's better to take that longer three and even if he missed, give your guys an opportunity to get that rebound and try something again. But it's even better when you got a guy who can shoot 40% from there, taking that opportunity as well.
Gabriel in the comments, speaking of, saying there needs to be a parlay for Drummond missing wide open layups.
Oh, good God.
He had some Drummonds tonight.
Jeez.
Sure did.
Jeez.
To the point of us talking about the night that Javon had and you giving Kobe for knocking down his threes and dishing out 7 dimes tonight, taking care of the ball. Brandon in the comments said Javon Carter not as good at penetrating and finding someone as Kobe. We all wanted Kobe to start this season. Let's give him 20 games. Jeez, I don't know if that was in response to someone earlier in the comments advocating for Javon to start over Kobe after seeing this game tonight. But Ben Him agreed, saying I don't see Javon setting up assists very much. I mean,
I wasn't advocating. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I don't think either of us have necessarily advocated for that. I have wondered through these first 7 and now 8 games if we might see Coach Donovan make a change there.
Yeah.
And I'm still, I'm happy and proud of the improvements Kobe's made in his game. I still have questions about whether or not he can be this team's legit starting point guard long term. I also they give you different things. I agree with those comments. Like Kobe has put more work in to be a playmaking, facilitating kind of guard, and we saw him dish out 7 dimes tonight. I think Javon had 1 off the bench, but you need both. Yeah. Javon tonight was the guy who was confidently catching and shooting and an energy guy off the bench for your defensive end. Kobe was slinging and knocking down his shots tonight.
Yes.
It's good to be able to have both of those kinds of players. I don't know how Bulls fans feel. If some people, after a game like tonight, it's enough for them to be like, you know what? If Kobe had a bad night tonight and Javon played like that, maybe I could see it making more sense.
Sure.
That some people would be advocating for that.
That'd be 3 straight games.
Because Kobe has had some rough games recently.
Yeah.
But I think, no one's trying to argue that Javon Carter is the starting point guard, excellent game manager, conductor point guard that this starting unit needs.
Yeah.
We're just praising him for taking open threes tonight.
That's it. That's all you're going to get because that's what he was supposed to. He did exactly what you kind of brought him in to be, was that guy that could take those shots and take those threes. No, I'm not advocating over him to start. Again, like Matt said, if he had another good game and Kobe had another bad one, that would be 3 straight good games for Javon and another bad game for Kobe White. But it didn't go in that way. You know what I mean? Kobe caught fire. And again, I credit both of them because Javon came out and set the tone early. He set the tone as far as the three-point shooting, as far as even the defense. I love how he gets up in your face after the ball goes in the bucket. He's full court defending you immediately. I love that. You saw him have a deflection doing stuff like that. I like that kind of thing. And that kind of stuff for me kind of trickles down. You know what I mean? Not just to other players, but to Kobe as well. Kobe was better off ball tonight, as far as shooting is concerned. But when he had the ball in his hand, he obviously was setting up and distributing and finding guys, finding Vooch for that little floater, finding Zach for that little catch and shoot. You know what I mean? He was finding guys to get their shots off, man, and doing those things with 1 turnover, man. That's impressive, And so why would I want to change that? You know what I'm saying? Right now, if he can sit here and feed off of Javon Carter and still come in and be the starting point guard that we need him to be, this is a good thing. This is a really good problem to have. Now, I will say I would like to see Javon with the starting lineup one time. Not starting. I'm just saying, those guys on the floor and then see what Javon with them looks like. That would be fine. I'm not against that. But as far as starting and advocating for it, no, I'm cool with what it is now.
Which is why I was yelling about the fact that how is it we had gone 6 or so games into the season and hadn't seen Carter and Craig, the two newcomers, play with the Bulls' big three.
Yeah, that was
were having a really rough start, and the Bulls or mid three, depending on how you define them.
Be nice.
No, it's a trending new nickname that I've noticed on Bulls Twitter.
Man. Be nice.
But Zach, Vooch, and DeMar having a severely net negative, net rating on the floor together so far.
They do.
And maybe trying, if you're Billy Donovan, ways to change that up.
Yeah.
Let's take our first break. We will come back, dive more into tonight's Bulls win over the Jazz, ending their 3-game skid. Needed this one and got this one.
Yes.
Thanks to the Jazz for being real poopy.
Shout out.
While we're sharing these words from our friends and sponsors, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's CHGO Bulls postgame brought to you by our friends at Circa Sportsbook. That Torrey Craig first bucket didn't hit, did it, Joe?
Sorry, Joe.
That's all right. My parlay didn't hit either. Lauri was a little shy on the boards tonight.
A little bit.
He let his teammate Walker Kessler get all of them.
Oh, Texas Ranger was
My
on it.
God.
Baby.
Kessler
He was
had
on it. 15 rebounds?
15, 11 of them on the offensive boards.
Oh, my God.
What? Anyway.
He's tall.
If you weren't making bets on Circa Sportsbook tonight, you miss out because they offer tight money line splits and their low hold model. At Circa Sportsbook's app, games will always strive to be minus 110 on those spread odds because, unlike other sportsbooks, they'll use 115, 120 to just, keep you from really doubling up if your bet hits. Not Circa. Almost always, and certainly more often than their competitors, you will find those spread odds at minus 110. Keep them right there. Circa also doesn't limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other sports books who do limit their more regular winning players. Circa even encourages their bettors to download and try all of the various sports betting apps that are out there these days because they are confident that what you will find is that you will find the best odds and the best spreads, the best payouts at Circa. They also offer incomparable customer service. Real people, humans with beating hearts behind the Circa Sports brand who resolve issues in a timely fashion, unlike other sports betting apps who use those dreaded chatbots we all wish would go away forever.
Joey.
All aspects of their app are being run by the same team that runs the main Circa Sportsbook at their Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Great staff, great place. You can take our word for it. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app to sign up today. Also, be on the lookout for all of Circa's events going on in Illinois, in the city of Chicago. They are here and they are growing. Watch parties, tailgates, and a whole lot more on the way. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. Text GAMB to 833-234 or visit areyoureallywinning.com.
You know what? After this is over, I'm going to go home. I'm going to make myself a delicious sandwich. I'm not going to tell you what's on it because I don't want to upset Matt after a win. Well, actually, I don't care. It's going to be a veggie burger on that joint, man. It's going to be amazing. Hat throw.
First hat throw of the night for a veggie sandwich.
A veggie burger sandwich. Oh, I can't wait. I can taste it right now once it hits your lips. And what's going to be more amazing is I'm going to do it with that hero bread, y'all, because the hero bread is tasty. The hero bread is delicious. And the hero bread is good for you at the same time. So you don't even know you're doing something right for yourself because of how good it tastes. But guess what? You are. And isn't it awesome? Can't you do more of these things? Hey, Ma, look, I'm looking out for my health by eating these awesome sandwiches with this hero bread because it's delicious, man. Oh, high fiber, 0 sugar per slice, 45 calories per slice, and those ultra low net carbs. And it's delicious. I'm for real when I'm telling y'all this. It is delicious. If you don't want to put a veggie burger on it, you don't have to. You could be mad and just fill it with some awesome burgers right there. Fill it with some meat. Put whatever you want on a Hero bread, man. It's up to you. It is your decision. All I want you to do is enjoy this deliciousness that is the Hero bread. So right now, Hero bread is offering you guys out there in the CHGO community 10% off your first order. Just go to hero.co, use that code CHGO, and save on Hero bread win today. That's HERO.co to save 10% right now. Because it's Hero bread to the rescue. Rescue your taste buds. Deliciousness.
I don't think you're allowed to use the phrase "Hey Ma" when describing construction of a veggie sandwich, because to me that is automatically connected to the meatloaf.
Well, see, you lost.
Hey Ma, the meatloaf.
Well, see, I said hey Ma after that. After I said you could put tons and tons of meat on that.
Yeah, I know, but you started out talking about constructing a veggie sandwich.
No, I switched it to the meat. I said you could put whatever you want on it. Okay. I was like, if you want to put meat on that, and you can say, hey Ma, look what I'm doing right now. Right, I switched it, man. I switched it up for you.
I just
because you wouldn't tell your mom if you're eating a veggie sandwich. You're already doing right.
When you started talking about a veggie sandwich, I just
you
turned into
a
white hot rage of empty brain space.
And get you some white hot bread from that hero.co. 10% off, y'all. 10% off CHGO. It is delicious. I promise you. You'll enjoy it.
Let's touch on the Patrick Williams experience, adjusting to his new role coming off the bench. I see our guy Mark K in the comments saying, can Pat learn to dribble first before we try to unleash him as the go-to guy in the second unit?
Who's doing that?
Oh, well,
it must be in the comments.
Yeah, there's people in the comments talking about Pat.
Okay.
Ryan saying, for all Pat's struggles offensively, he can still bring value on defense. Brandon saying, once P. Will gets out of his own way, the floodgates will open. Look, I thought it was a mixed bag, but, mostly okay.
Yes.
From Pat tonight.
I agree.
He had 10 points in 25 minutes, knocked down 2 of his 4 threes. Worth noting that Torrey Craig got the starting job over Pat a few games ago. Torrey Craig played 20 minutes tonight. Pat played 25, which is an interesting little role reversal where Pat was in the starting lineup, and then Billy would only play him so many minutes, and Torrey Craig would end up playing more minutes off the bench than Pat was playing.
Yep.
We have found ourselves in the upside down in that scenario. And look, I thought Pat hesitated on a couple of looks tonight.
He did.
And then I thought other looks he took confidently right away.
He did.
I also liked that he was confidently attacking the basket.
Yeah.
He put the ball on the floor a few times, and I was like, oh, okay, Pat. And sometimes it ended up with him getting blocked or turning the ball over.
Yeah.
But if we're just talking about Pat realistically, and what we've seen versus what we hope we can still expect if he sticks around, the growing pains. And Pat has talked about the growing pains. And having the freedom to make some mistakes. And our guy Will the Go Gottlieb wrote about that in his latest write-up on Pat. And if Pat can be aggressive and feel like he is allowed to be aggressive, which sometimes will lead to mistakes, I would rather see that than the where the hell was Pat tonight? I never saw him do anything, Pat. I don't know about you, Dave.
I mean,
I would rather see Pat be aggressively attacking the basket like a few possessions that he did tonight, and the result isn't a bucket, and at least see him try.
Yeah.
As opposed to sitting in the corner and not doing a goddamn thing.
I mean, yes. I'm saying it tripping because he had another game where he scores 10 points. Another game. Before it was 10 points, 5 rebounds. It was 10 points, 3 rebounds on this one. He took 10 shots. You know what I'm saying? He was aggressive in that sense. For me, it was really interesting, Matt, to watch his game because everything you're saying I agree with, but it feels like he didn't wear the mistakes. It felt like before I would watch him make these mistakes when he was in the starting lineup, and he would kind of wear them. And he was
in a bad way.
Yes,
not owning them. Like, sorry,
not owning them. No.
Letting it continue to affect him.
Correct. That's exactly what I mean. He would just you would see it affect him and change how he played and change how he did certain things. And if he pump faked the shot, you could tell the next time he's down, he's shooting it from wherever. He doesn't matter. And it would end up dribbling down off his leg because he's trying to do too much. I didn't feel like he was trying to do too much tonight. I felt like he was kind of right in his space, missing obviously a few things like actual dribbling,
right?
Having a go-to move.
We can all agree that Pat's ball handling still needs work.
Not there. You know, it's just not there yet, man.
Which is hard to wrap your head around because the man has gigantic hands,
colossal hands. How do you have gigantic hands and still play like this? That's tough. But it didn't feel like he thought about it. It felt like he just did it and it was forgotten.
Yeah.
And when he would do it the next play, I mean, this is the dude who took a pump fake, and we were like, no, why don't you shoot the three? Mm-hmm. And then he went, and they turned it on, and it wasn't good play. Next to, I believe, 2 or 3 possessions, he's taking like a 30-footer. Mm-hmm. You know, he's just pulling up like, I got this. Like, what? That's the kind of stuff you wanted to see him be like, especially when you're watching him in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel comfortable to him. He feels comfortable, man. Like, this feels comfortable for him learning like this in this kind of way. I don't know why. Maybe because he was 6th man of the year in college and it's just like that for him. But I don't mind him feeling this way. I just want him to get to a point where he's comfortable, bro. That's all we're looking for. Where do you like it? Where do you want it? Where are you okay failing at? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where are you okay accepting it? Because even when you fail and you learn from it, it's not a failure. It's a learning experience. Mm-hmm. And it just feels like he's out there learning when he's out there playing with the bench, man. And I notice him more. You know what I mean? Like before, you would just see him, you feel like he would disappear and wouldn't be on the floor. Mm-hmm. I notice him now. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, look at Pat. Oh, look at that move. Oh, look at that help defense.
Yeah.
I've said help defense several times since he's been on the bench, which is wild to me because I haven't seen him do it a lot. But I enjoy what I'm seeing from him. Of course, you want to see better. Of course, you want to see more. But it's better than what we were seeing when it was just constant 0s and 3s and binary code stat lines, bro. So it just feels better to see and speak of him in this way, a dude who's taking a lot of shot attempts, taking his 3-point shots, and also scoring, but at the same time, being a guy on the floor that you notice.
Right. People in the comments chiming in, Benham and Gabriel both saying that they want Pat to work with Kobe's ball handling trainer that he's been working with for the last couple, year or so, and we've seen Kobe's ball handling improve. Meanwhile, Sherman saying, I'd rather see Pat cut to the basket without the ball. No dribbling, please.
Yeah.
Our guy Mark K agreeing with that. I mean, look, there were a couple of moments that I mentioned earlier where Pat put the ball on the floor tonight and attacked the basket, and I liked the aggression.
Yeah.
And, a couple of them, he had a Euro step move that I was like, oh, okay, Pat.
Right.
He had a couple of, spin moves that I was like, oh, okay, Pat. Yeah. And, it didn't yield the ideal result of he beat his man off the dribble and got to the basket and put the ball in the hoop. It was sort of a mixed bag of results.
Yeah, it was.
But I will take all of the mixed bag results stemming from Pat having the balls to try to put an impact on the game.
Yeah.
And yes, I don't disagree. We need to see more Pat cutting off the ball too.
Yeah.
The ferocious dunk he had in their game on Saturday night.
Yep, very ferocious.
Make a cut, Pat.
Yeah.
Make a cut, Pat. Or, which we also saw him do after he moved to the bench, grab the defensive rebound, bring the ball up the floor. Take it coast to coast if you can and you want.
That's always sexy.
It's just, I don't know. At this point, the Bulls fans need to be resigned to the fact that maybe Pat is more comfortable in this role coming off the bench. And that if he is, and at least we get a quasi-useful version of Pat off the bench.
Yeah.
And he feels comfortable there and to the best that he can, thrives in that role. How does that impact how we feel about what negotiations transpire between him and the Bulls front office this offseason?
How it impacts his contract.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe if we're talking about a guy who's coming off the bench and Bulls fans change their expectations accordingly, then we're not talking about this guy who the Bulls might be paying well upwards of $20 million annually on a new contract.
It's very true. We're talking about a guy who can be an impactful player off your bench, and I just wanted to find where he was comfortable because he just didn't look comfortable out there. You just see him forcing things. like, okay, this is what I need to do to get on the floor. All right, I'm going to get the rebound. I'm going to go. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to do stuff. It just feels more fluid, man. And it feels more like he's not thinking as much. And that's a great thing. Even when, like I said, when he makes the mistakes, he's not thinking about it. When he has success, he's not thinking about it. He's just like, on to the next play, on to the next play. Let's play defense. Let's get the ball back. Let's do it like that. I like the fact that I notice you on the floor. Patrick Williams, that's the best compliment I can give. I don't sit there and say, like you talked about, Matt, go standing in the corner and you're just standing there and that's it because you're watching these three guys, you know, just do their thing. Mm-hmm. No, you're more engaged. You've shown us that you need to be more engaged. And we already felt like he needed to have the ball, you know, to be his best. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to go stand in the corner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you still impact the game. But obviously, he feels like this is how I impact the game. This is how I do it. So we can sit there and constantly tell him what we think he needs to do it, but only person that has to believe it is Patrick Williams. And so he's showing us what he believes right now, man. And it's working. In these 2 games, it's working. I want to see more.
Yeah, I'm with you. Taryn7 saying Pat's setting his expectation, saying he could be a superstar in this league.
He did say it. He said it. He talked crazy about it.
I'm sorry, my brain just short-circuited.
He said it.
Yikes.
He said it. He said it.
Mark, Zach grew
That's
up idolizing Kobe. Patrick grew up idolizing Marvin Williams. Mark is so mean.
Marvin Williams. Shout out Marvin Williams.
My
straight out
goodness.
Playing in Charlotte. He is from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's take our second break real quick, and we'll come back, and we still got Good of the Night to get to because it's a W.
It's happening.
We've got Super Chats to get to. We'll get to all those, and hopefully we'll hear from our guy Will the Go Gottlieb on the Go Talk Hotline, calling in from the United Center. If you didn't do it the first time around, now's your chance. Hit that thumbs up button for Joey. Do it for Joey.
Do it for Joey.
Joey needs y'all's thumbs, all right?
Joey needs them. All of them, man. He got a fresh haircut for y'all. Showing that man the love. Look at that, nice and tapered.
This is all true.
You look like you about to go to the Army, Joe. You just clean on him, man.
A
10
I don't know about that.
Joey Sargent.
I mean, let's pump the brakes.
What
Joey is no Lauri Markkanen. Oh. Soldier and Hooper.
You would not feel comfortable if you knew Joey was going to be in the Army? Wouldn't make you feel comfortable for the protection of this country?
If we were in the same platoon, I feel like I would have not the upper hand if I'm running around with Joey.
Okay.
And like we're taking fire.
Okay.
Because he's small.
That is bullshit.
And elusive. Whereas like I would like to be in the same platoon as Lauri because I'm like, yo, you are a bigger target.
Oh, okay. So you're like, they would be more aimed at him than they would at Joey.
I don't know if you saw one of the pictures that Lauri posted of him with his like troop or unit or whatever it's called in the Finnish military.
Yes.
But it was like normal human, Lauri Markkanen. normal human. And I was like, yo, man, you better duck.
Yeah. This just said more about you than it said about
thankfully
Joey.
for Lauri, it was not wartime while he was putting in his, mandatory months of service.
Correct.
If they were in wartime.
Oh, no. Don't say it. God bless you. Don't say it. Joey, what do you... This dude mad. This man is wild. Joey, what are you mad about over there, man? What you just said that's bullshit. What are you upset about?
Because he said he thought he would be at a disadvantage with me in the Army, but
he just explained.
Yeah, then he explained that he would be. Well, I wouldn't do him like that if you're in the Army. We're all in it together. So I'm offended that he thought that I would be like running away from my.
Oh no, Joe, you're running into the fire.
That's why I'm not in the Army.
Yeah,
because I am
Matt's running away from the fire
for my own well-being.
He forgets he's 6'4".
That's fair.
I know Lauri's 7 feet.
That's fair.
But he's also 6'4".
I just think that Matt was.
Unfortunately, he'd be a target too.
It's true.
Unfortunately. But you, Joe, he's right. I don't know. You probably get away from some things, man.
Joey sneaks.
Joey sneaks.
He's an elusive target.
Joey sneaks, man. Joey spying on him, man. Joey I spy.
He can, do all that crawling that's necessary without his back breaking in half.
That's why he's so limber. He be stretching all the time.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. Joey don't play on that.
I make noises getting in and out of chairs. because it's hard for me.
It's true.
It's not hard.
Tell me, Matt.
Getting great flooring at incredible prices from our friends at Empire Today.
Shout out.
With Empire Today, you get shopping at home convenience, the right products for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a low price guarantee. Empire is the best place to get new flooring. So, of course, they have copycats amongst their competitors, but they can't beat Empire on service. They can't beat them on speed. They can't beat them on quality. So what they do is advertise low-quality products that Empire doesn't even bother to carry. They don't promise the lowest prices because any of their competitors who are promising the lowest prices are only doing so to put junk flooring in your home that they wouldn't put in theirs. Empire keeps shopping for floors simple with a curated product selection. Their philosophy is help you find what you need, not overwhelm you with thousands of choices and substitutes. What Empire leaves out of their selection, just as important as what they put into it. Empire's product team exhaustively combs through thousands of product samples each year to find the perfect styles. And all of those styles, you can see what they look like in your home before installation with Empire's virtual floor design. A great way to see how new floors look in any space in your home. It's really easy to use. Just snap a pic and instantly see how new floors look in any room of your home. God, technology is cool.
Isn't it awesome?
Makes shopping so easy. Shopping for floors at big box stores can be frustrating because whoever's working in the flooring department today maybe was working in plumbing or landscape yesterday.
Where's Jim?
I miss Jim.
Where's he?
I need Jim.
I need Jim now.
But at Empire, guess what? Flooring, it's all they do.
That's it.
They live and breathe flooring. Like Lauri lives and breathes finished military service.
Like Dunder Mifflin lives and breathes paper.
There you go. Paper great. Where great paper's our business. So you can be convenient. So you can be confident when you're getting honest, upfront advice from Empire staff. Service they also offer their own warranties. Empire does. If an issue arises with your Empire flooring, just call Empire. They service all warranties themselves, which means you don't need to track down a separate manufacturer's phone number. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All of our CHGO Bulls listeners and viewers can receive a $350 discount.
Come on.
That's real change, y'all.
Yes.
When they use promo code CHGO. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details. And stick around for the Empire Goon of the Night.
Woo! So excited for that. And shout out to my man, Larry Strickland. I caught you. I'm going to get you sucker reference, sir. I caught you, Larry Strickland. Well done. Well done, my friend. Well done. And you know what that means? That means you should have yourself a sip of the goodness, the golden awesomeness of the golden goose.
Woo!
All right here. It is Goose Island. Joey, hit me with the honk. One more time because we ain't catch each other. And you still went first. Do it one more time. That's called timing. And it works well because CHGO is supported by the Goose Island Beer Company, the Chicago's beer since the Jordan year. That is 1988. Got the 312 wheat ale. Of course, that full pocket Pilsner, which is probably no more left in because we done ran through it. And of course, that Beer Hug family. And since it is daylight savings time, the Joey Spath is favorite. It is Oktoberfest, ladies and gentlemen. Get you some of that because once it hits your lips, it's just so good. Oh, so tasty. Where can you get it? Well, you can grab that ultra fresh exclusive beer at the Goose Island Original Brew House on Clybourne Avenue in Lincoln Park, or from their tap room on Fulton Street in West Town. It's the Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago's beer, the true taste of Chicago. Chicago.
Do we have a jingle? Joseph?
I thought he was going right into it. Like,
that's where he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us now on the GOAT Talk Hotline, our guy, Will the GOAT Gottlieb, CHGO Bulls Insider. Follow him on Twitter at Will_Gottlieb for all of his Bulls reporting. Joining us from the UC after tonight's Bulls win over the Jazz. Will, this was a dominant win. I think it's a win that the Bulls in that locker room probably felt like they needed. The Jazz do them some favors, turning the ball over 23 times, allowing the Bulls to get more shots up tonight, lots of points off turnovers. And we see the Bulls absolute fire from downtown for the first time this season. They beat their opponent in points behind the 3-point line. Is it that main story for you tonight as your mind explodes watching the Bulls actually outscore their opponent from deep?
I mean, it's a big piece of it. It just is. They didn't even like outscore them by that many. They shot 55%, I think, on threes, 53%, 18 of 34. Like, that's not going to sustain every game. But I think there was a huge sense of relief that like just the ball went in. I mean, they were 28th in effective field goal percentage coming into this game, 6% below where they were last year. It was just never going to stick. It was never going to sustain. That's not who this team is. So they were kind of due for a hot shooting night. Now the question will be, what happens when they're not shooting hot again next game? Do they still kind of maintain some of these offensive principles that are allowing them to get these open threes, these transition threes? And so that's going to be the big test this year. But to me, it was the turnovers and the threes. They just got so many points in transition. They were running up and down. They looked like they had energy and life in them, unlike the Nuggets game where they just looked completely sapped of energy and life. It was a great win all around. But I think, the shooting and the sustainability of it, like, are we going to keep seeing these peaks and valleys with shooting percentage, or are we going to level out somewhere in the middle and actually like produce some consistent offense?
Will, one of the things I talked about a lot in the offseason was the Bulls bench and how this could be a really good bench for the Bulls during the season. Looking at the scoring, everybody was in double digits that played many minutes, except for Ayo Dosunmu, who had 8. So they were 2 points away from having 5 players in double digits off the bench. Can you speak to how you feel about this bench? Like, because it feels like they're finding their rhythm. Like, we talked about Javon Carter and his 3-point shooting. We talked about Patrick Williams and just how comfortable he's looked. And Ayo Dosunmu has been pretty consistent as far as his scoring has been all season long. And, of course, Alex Caruso. Can you talk about the bench and kind of what you felt about them tonight?
Yeah, Billy's kind of mixing and matching a little bit, trying to find what works. And, today there were some lineups with Javon, Caruso, Pat, and Drummond. And I thought they looked pretty good. Maybe Zach was in there instead of DeMar, but they kind of staggered those guys. But I think the depth can be a real strength for this team if utilized the right way. And I think Billy's going about it where he's staggering, like I said, DeMar out early, leaving Zach and Vooch in to play with Javon and whoever else comes in. It's changed up a little bit, obviously, since Patrick was moved to the bench and Torrey Craig to the starting unit. But Caruso and Javon come in early, and they play with Zach and Vooch, and then Zach and Vooch come out, DeMar comes in, and they continue on from there. So I think a big piece of it is just Caruso. Whenever he's on the floor, the team is going to do well. Like, just that's how it is. But, when you start to get contributions offensively from Patrick, who I thought, especially in the first half, he kind of went a little bit out of control in the second half. We could talk more about that if you want. But he looked really like stable and was attacking the basket and made a couple of threes in that first or second end of the first, early second quarter. I think they have a lot of depth, and Ayo Dosunmu as your 10th man, like, you got to feel pretty good about that. So that I think can be a real strength for them. Drummond, I know he had the goofy missed layup, and we kind of teased him about that. Had the 10,000 rebounds thing tonight, which was great. Congrats to him. He was like, I like being able to switch. I like being able to like defend guards and get steals and stuff. I got to make my layups though. My legs are giving out on me in my age, but I just think they actually have their depth is a strength. And it's felt like at times in the past, especially with Lonzo out, they're searching for, you bring in your backup to be the starter. And now you're searching for, there's a drop off in your starting caliber point guard play. And now you're looking for anything at backup point guard. And I feel like with Javon now, with Ayo moving into more of a, third or fifth guard role, it just fits a lot better.
Will, we were talking before you joined us about how it was really encouraging to see a game like this from Kobe White, who, we were talking in a number of post games early going this season, really seeming to struggle, shot not falling, turnover issues, not necessarily looking like he knows what he's doing when he puts the ball on the floor, trying to increase that level of paint touches that you have pointed out Billy Donovan and the Bulls say is a huge goal for this offense this season. He had 18 points, confidently knocking down threes tonight, and 7 assists to just 1 turnover. Were you encouraged from what we saw from Kobe tonight when people are starting to wonder? We've seen Billy take one of the young guys out of the starting lineup. Is Kobe about to be next?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different for Kobe. I feel like he has consistently put his imprint on the game more than Patrick was. And I think that's ultimately what got Pat demoted. The Bulls have been running a ton of pick and roll through Kobe, putting him in, ball screen situations with Vooch. He gets downhill. He gets his feet in the paint. He creates plays, whether it's, dropping out a dump off pass to Vooch or spraying it out to Zach in the corner. I think you can do a lot more dynamic, offense when you have multiple guys who can dribble, pass, shoot. And so I think I like that in there. Look, there's going to be cold streaks with Kobe, and frankly, the whole team was on a cold streak for their first 8 games. But I think just this idea of like being patient and letting some of the shooting splits normalize, I think that can really change how some people are thinking about Kobe right now. Did he look a little bit rattled? I think absolutely at times in that Nuggets game. And even in some of the games prior to that, I mean, he just didn't look like he was playing with the same confidence, but I think a lot of that was driven by the ball not going in. Is it a good thing that your point guard's, play is going to be determined by whether the ball goes in or not? Probably not. So I think he needs to work on continuing to be that consistent paint touch threat. But I think he's probably the best suited to do that. Javon, I thought, made a case for himself the last few games where he's really pulling up for three, hunting 3-pointers and stretching teams out and then like picking guys up full court and getting steals and stuff like that. I mean, he's been awesome. So I could see that, but I feel like for Kobe, it's just like, we got to let the ball go in and then determine whether what he's doing is, helpful or less helpful than Javon. But it's hard to make those adjustments and decisions just based on a couple of bad shooting nights.
Well, another thing about Javon, I talked about this early on the show. I felt like his 3-point shooting was contagious for the Bulls. Like, once they saw how, not even just him hitting the shots, but just how he was aggressively taking, like you said, hunting for those shots and aggressively doing it, I felt like it kind of affected the other guys as far as their shot attempts and just going up with the 3-point shots. Did you feel the same way watching him out there?
I thought it was kind of a combination of that with just like the ball going in. And once the ball starts going in, it's a lot easier to keep shooting threes, right? If you aren't a very comfortable 3-point shooter and you see a couple of misses, then you're probably not going to be looking for that shot quite as much. And so I think it was a combination of Javon's, being really aggressive, looking for them. He shot 8 of them tonight, which was awesome. But then also the fact that they were going in. I mean, he made 50%. The team as a whole, like I said, shot, they made a season high 18 threes. Their next closest was 12. So they were just all kind of firing. But only 34 attempts. They shot, I think, 20 in the first half or 21 in the first half, 4 in the third quarter. They made all of them, but they only shot 4. So I think it's still an issue of, finding those opportunities and taking them within the flow of the offense and not getting too 3-point shot happy, but not being completely avoidant and only shooting the ones you feel like you're, are wide open and you're going to make. Like going 4 for 4 in a quarter is great because you were perfect, but they should be shooting 8, 9, 10 threes per quarter, not just 4. And I think that speaks to the fact that they were pretty wide open and they may have been passing up some other ones.
Before we let Will go, should we do some goonage?
Let's do some goonage for him, baby.
Goonage!
Come on with the goonage, man. I know
Will,
everybody's been waiting.
You're remote for the reveal of the new title belt. That's a shame. You can see it up close and personal the next time you're here.
It's cool. I saw Jeff Cook saying, man, show the belt. Let's see the belt.
People want to see the new belt. Wait. What is the drum roll? Okay.
Oh, there it was.
2 drum rolls, one for the belt, and then one when we actually hear from Dave who the winner is.
He's going to do 2. He's going to do 2. Here it is right here, ladies and gentlemen. The brand new. You want to close up on this, Joe?
Ooh.
Goon of the night.
I like the studs.
Empire Today belt right there. Drink that one in, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that belt right there. Wow. Look at it.
That's incredible.
Yes, look at it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it great? Oh, it's just so cool. Just to see the logo on that is so dope. With the Empire Today
I love that.
On the top of that joint, representing as well. The CHGO Bulls also representing as well. Get a good look, y'all. The Goon of the Night belt. Joey, run the graphic because it's Goon of the Night time, man. Let's do this stuff.
Be the man you
Feels good. Feels good.
That's
got some
dope.
weight to it, all everything right there. Here, man, you can hold that.
Can I? Oh
Go
my
ahead,
gosh,
go
it's
ahead. You
real.
can hold that.
It's real.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's got some nice heft to it.
Yeah, baby.
Is it dumb that I think that us having a custom-made championship belt for a segment you made up from silliness is like the coolest thing in the world?
Story of my life, man. Story of my life.
Yeah, baby.
Making it up.
Oh, I
and
feel like
making
a
it real.
winner.
Yes. Don't it feel right?
It does.
Yes, it does.
does.
Will, you'll get a chance to hold this too, sir, because you're a winner as well.
Cannot wait.
Yes. But since we'll go, as usual, we'll go first with you, sir. Will the Go Gottlieb. Who, sir, is your goon of the night?
All right, this may be kind of a silly one, but I'm going with Andre Drummond. He got his 10,000th career rebound. He's now, top 45, I think. Yeah, 43rd still. But 10,000 rebounds all time is just an incredible accomplishment. Had 5 offensive boards in like the first quarter today. He changed the game, I thought, with the way that he basically gobbled up every single Jevon Carter missed 3 and put it back in. And also just the steal and missing a dunk on the runway. That's just peak Drummond. I love it. And after the game, he came prepared to give a post-game interview knowing that he just got 10,000 rebounds. He was dressed up. He was iced out. I just love it. Andre Drummond, goon of the night.
That's amazing.
I love that he prepared for the
Yes.
post-game interview knowing he had that
knew it.
career milestone.
You knew that foolishness
Also,
was
like,
coming.
Just 4 away.
Yeah. Cool of the Bulls to give him a shout out, at the UC tonight when he hit that milestone.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I do want to give some goon love to Jevon Carter, who we spent a good amount of tonight talking about because of the confident get those 3 balls up kind of display we saw from him tonight.
Yeah.
While also being an absolute lunatic on defense.
He was, man.
I mean, he had 2 steals tonight. I feel like he created 6 more. Jevon Carter, total goon potential. But I am with Will tonight. How can you give this to anyone other than Andre Drummond? Especially not only for the career milestone, but the fact that he picked the pocket of whoever that was, as you were just saying. He was joking about how he likes to switch on to guards and guard him up at the perimeter, Will. And then there he goes, coast to coast Drummond, and you just know something funny as shit is going to happen. And we've seen him get rejected by the rim on dunk attempts, 4 times already this season?
It feels like it.
So
yes.
you can tell that's going through his mind.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll just lay it in. Miss the layup.
And none of us had any confidence but that was going to
We
happen.
all knew it was going to happen.
We all knew.
And I loved every second of it. Yeah, my goon love got to go to Andre tonight.
All right. Joey, your goon tonight, sir?
It's tough. It's a tough one.
I love the Joey can't see his face, but deep sigh. You can hear it.
You just hear him in peril.
You can't
I'll
see
go
him,
with-
you can hear him.
Yes.
Javon Carter, Kobe White combo, 8 of 14 from beyond the arc.
Oh.
Goonage.
Love it.
All right.
Love
I'm
it.
not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Well, Joseph, drum roll, please. Goon of the night.
Wait, sorry, I'm sorry. I have an honorary goon of the night,
Okay.
and it's Laura Lou and AK. Happy birthday, AK. Happy
Okay.
early birthday, Laura Lou. 2 of our most loyal
There we
listeners,
go.
my
Happy
honorary goons
birthday.
of the night.
Happy birthday.
Laura Lou's gotta feel better about Zach's game tonight after that weekend.
And AK's birthday tonight also.
Happy birthday,
so,
y'all.
happy birthday, guys.
Sorry about taking your boy to the woodshed, Laura, but he needed to go. And look what he did tonight. He balled out. He
I'm
did his
sorry to
thing.
interrupt the goonage.
No, it's all right, Joe. Drum roll again. Goon of the night. You know what? We usually are on the same page, guys, but tonight we are. It's Andre Drummond. He is goon of the night. This is who this goes to. That layup alone, when he
Man.
went up. And I mean, Will, when I tell you I had the least amount of confidence of anything in the world that he was going to make that layup, and he just put it out there like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. But then to have a missed dunk at the same game, and I know Walker Kessler, Texas Ranger, stuck his hand through the net, but he missed that dunk regardless. Man. But my goodness, the goondom that he showed, 10,000 rebounds, though, is nothing to sneeze at, ladies and gentlemen. That is an amazing feat. And he is who he is. He is Andre Drummond, and we are all on the Andre Drummond experience, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, the first ever brand new belt, goon of the night, goes to Mr. Andre Drummond. This, sir, is for you.
I love it.
Brought to you by Empire Today.
Championship belt.
Well done. Had it upside down.
Will, thank you for joining us. We appreciate the insights. Everybody, make sure you're reading everything Will writes for us, allchgo.com. For you diehards, CHGO diehards, he's got something fresh for y'all, just for y'all right now.
That's how he rolls.
Follow him for all his Bulls updates and reporting, Will_Gottlieb. Will, you are off tomorrow. We shall see you Wednesday for Bulls Suns, yes?
Yes.
All right, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. That's our guy, Will Gottlieb on the Go Talk Hotline.
Yeah.
Go talk. One more quick shout out, and then we will come back to wrap things up with y'all's Super Chats. Stick around. Tonight's CHGO Bulls Postgame brought to you by FOCO. Get fitted out in the best sports gear around, y'all. Tailgate season, still alive.
Still alive.
It was 70 degrees today.
It was amazing. Berks
Glorious.
are on. Berks are on.
I believe isn't there some party going on for our Bears Thursday Night Football, Joe?
Bears tailgate Thursday, and in addition to the tailgate, there will be a watch party at Joe's on Weed
Hell
Street.
yeah. There you go.
I believe the tailgate starts maybe around 2 p.m.
That's a long tailgate.
Yeah, it
Maybe
is.
not, though. That seems wrong, but that's what I thought I read today.
That's some day drinking into some night drinking,
But back to FOCO.
which honestly I love doing. It's just you got to prepare yourself for
You know
it.
what they
Yes.
say, Matt? You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
That's true. That is damn true.
Wow, Joey.
Either way, while you're having some fun Bears
been drinking for a
tailgating
long
with us,
time.
make sure that you have your new dope Bears gear, courtesy of FOCO.com. Woo! Everything you need for a tailgate. Straw hats, polos, bags, coolers, sweaters, sweatshirts, whatever you need to layer up, have yourself some fun at a tailgate this football season.
Come on.
You can get it at FOCO. Shout out to them also for decorating our set with some of their awesome gear.
Thank you kindly.
Check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below. For all non-presale items, use promo code CHGO and you will get 10% off your order at checkout. Again, that's FOCO.com, FOCO.com, promo code CHGO for 10% off. Woo! All right, Joe, let's do some Super Chat, shall we?
Come on with it,
It's
Joe.
a Monday Night W Super Chat.
All right, here we go.
Good
Super
feeling.
chat from AK.
AK.
Again, happy birthday, AK.
Happy birthday, buddy.
He says, good win. That's not what he said. That's what I said.
Joey's timing.
The timing of that sound effect.
His timing is drumming like. It's
Good
impressive.
team win tonight. Bulls shot 18 of 34, which is we always, this is a recurring thing, by the way. If you haven't noticed, we're gonna get the 3-point shooting numbers every night from AK.
I appreciate
in
that.
super chat form.
He and I are of like mind, and that I am obsessed with 3-point shooting and nothing else until the Bulls fix this fucking problem.
The only thing that's different about this one is it usually is prefaced with him saying roster construction, but good team win. Bulls shot 18 of 34. That's 53%. 34 attempts are one below league average. Shooting 53% again is not likely, so the Bulls have to keep shooting. In contrast, the Jazz were 16 of 43, which was 37% from deep. And as noted, 22 turnovers. That was the difference. Larry, he says,
Shout
hear
out
me
Larry.
Larry.
Hear me out, but shouldn't P. Will be mentored by tonight's goon of the night, Big Cat? Not the typical Big Cat finger roll, but aggressiveness.
No.
I mean,
I need it
I
more
wouldn't
consistent.
mind if Pat managed to channel some of Andre's aggression on the offensive glass.
Seriously.
Or
that we
defensive
always see
glass.
from Andre.
Seriously.
Because even when Pat attacked the offensive glass tonight, which he did a few times,
Yeah.
he got his hands on the ball and then somehow lost the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas Andre, once he gets that rebound,
It's his.
it's his.
And
And,
he'll
then
do-
he will miss the putback layup.
Correct.
And then tap that in.
Yes.
Maybe. Or at the very least, get fouled.
And then miss one of the free throws.
So, yes, Larry, I agree. We need him to teach Pat how to do all of those things with maybe, an option on just putting it back in the basket.
Yeah, the second Pat dunks on somebody and the Bulls win that game, this belt will belong to him. Until then, everything Matt said is absolutely 100% correct about the great Andre Drummond. Oh, my goodness.
Laura
my goodness.
says, I'm goon of the night because tomorrow's my birthday.
Fair.
Happy
Shout out Laura
birthday.
Lou.
Not going to take that from you.
Happy birthday.
And I gave Zach an ultimatum to be good tonight or else, and he did.
Ultimatum.
Also,
I don't even know. Did Ramina give him an ultimatum?
I don't even think she did.
I don't think so.
Lord Lou just
Look at that.
Step back on Lauri was insane and played good D.
It was nice to
yeah.
see that moment when Zach hit that step back on Lauri and
Pretty
they both
vicious.
were smiling going back down the other way. It's
Pretty nice.
oh, man, if only you guys worked out as teammates who were both young rising stars when you played together.
Hey, guys, can we get 2 more likes so we can get to 100? Just throwing that out there right there.
yeah,
Give me
let's
2
do
more
that.
likes so we can get to 100. 2 likes.
To do our first tankathon spin of the season?
Oh! No. 2 more likes and Joey put another close-up on the belt. Because it's glorious. Let it be
Ricky,
glorious, ladies and gentlemen.
Did I say the T word too soon?
Yes. Yes, you did. That's one. Just one more, y'all. One more like.
There we go.
One.
I see it.
You see it?
We are past 100 likes.
There it is. Right there. Joey put one on there.
They finally finished what they started. Hope the momentum can carry. Hashtag eclipse the Suns.
Shout out, Ricky. Thanks for the super chat.
AK again, mid-third quarter, Zach had 3 consecutive dribble, shoot,
Yep.
misses.
Yep.
No one touched the ball, leading to several turnovers. Jazz went on a 7-0 run. Zach decision-making takes this team out of a rhythm, standing around, ball watching.
I did see a couple of Zach possessions tonight where I was like, too much dribbling. And the possessions ended in a Zach missed.
A big old Zach miss.
Yeah. Classic
Yeah.
Zach.
But he got
Zach
24.
and a Zach, y'all.
Zach.
Even if it's just you got to deal with it for a few possessions a night.
Yeah.
Zach going to Zach.
Sometimes you got to take that attackery like that. So I got to be, man. But he was on it, man. But hey, we ride with it. We took the W. He played better. Much better than he's played in these past few games.
I will take 24 over 12.
ISO
Man.
Noah. The Bulls owned them tonight, start to finish. Matt Eberflus with the hits. Bears need to take notes.
Oh, don't say his
Yikes.
name.
I'm glad they were the aggressors on both ends.
Yeah.
I mean, appreciate the super chat, ISO Noah. I don't
real.
know if the Bears or Bulls need to be taking advice or,
Keep them away from each other.
strategic principles from either of each other right now
Yeah.
because they're both a big old mess.
Ugh.
Last one is from Ricky. He says, Bulls fans deserve a game like this and more.
I agree with you, Ricky.
hell of a
Without
lot
a
more.
doubt. Without a doubt.
Hell of a lot more.
More of these need to be shown
Let's-
and handed out.
Let's just, overarching putting this W in context. Needed a W.
Yes.
Came in on a 3-game skid. You're
Yes.
playing a home.
Yes.
Very beatable opponent.
Yes.
You catch fire from 3 and you beat him. Great. It's the Jazz, who look like a hot mess so far this season. Does this game make me feel differently than I did before the ball went up?
Of course it doesn't.
No.
But
Does-
it makes me happy they
does
won.
not.
Because it lets me know I'm not a hotter mess than this hot mess. Because they whooped their ass. They wasn't just a quick one-pointer. They got in that ass, man.
True.
From beginning to end. And we all needed that. You're absolutely right when you said that. We
Need
needed
it.
that.
Speaking of whoever that was in the Super Chats who mentioned Phoenix, they are on deck.
On deck.
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
Reporting from Phoenix earlier today said that they are optimistic Bradley Beal can make his return on Wednesday when the Suns face the Bulls.
Why you want to do that?
We'll see if Beal is in there and the new Suns big three is out there playing against the Bulls. The Suns have struggled out of the gate this season,
But-
obviously missing a key piece. But
This is the Torrey Craig revenge game. Torrey Craig coming back, guarding KD, because he's going to be the one guarding him. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm ready for it, man. Come on, Torrey Craig. Come on, get your 14, 16 points on them. Couple blocks on Kevin Durant with a few steals. They have struggled, though.
They have
I will
struggled.
say that. They have struggled.
struggled.
They have, but they haven't had their full lineup yet.
True.
And I
And,
hope it doesn't happen in this one.
maybe Devin Booker, maybe not Devin Booker.
He's
We'll
a
see.
beast.
He's been dealing with his own
Yeah.
nagging injury this
But
season.
when he's been playing, my God. My God. He's been balling out.
So that's Wednesday, Bulls' next game. We will be back tomorrow with a fresh episode for y'all, 5:30 Central Time here in studio. So make sure you tune in for that. In the meantime, as we said, you can follow our guy, Bulls Insider, Will Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. Our pal and producer, Joey Spathis, is at Joey Spathis. We love and appreciate him. Big Dave is at BAW! BAWL Sports. I am Bulls
your face,
_
bro.
Peck. We are CHGO _ Bulls. Happy birthdays to Laura Lou and AK, some of
Happy
our ride or
birthday.
dies in
Happy
the chat.
birthday.
Thank you, everybody who hit that thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, do it right now before you leave. And make sure you are subscribed to CHGO Sports YouTube channel. We will see y'all tomorrow, late afternoon. Until then, thanks for tuning in. We love you and appreciate you, Bulls Nation. We got a dub. 3-5. See Rebby good. Peace.
We all city like the mayor.